See, this is another Hollywood thing that people always think. Did the death of your wife cause you to become a monk? No. Long and short is no. She died 10 years ago. I had 3 or 4 girlfriends after that, trying to live my life. What caused me to become a monk was when I became a practitioner. When I became a practitioner and I started to practice, and the practice started to show me the reality of things, when it started to bring me peace and happiness and contentment. And when this guy started every step along my path, when this guy kept being right, when the Buddha was right about every step along this path, I started to think, you know what? He's been right this whole time. Maybe he's right about these other things. He's saying that there's a path that is going to bring you happiness and peace and contentment beyond anything that we would have attaching to something in the world. Maybe there's something to that, and I want to try it. So I took the leap of faith and I became a monk. Now, what I will say though is, I would say that my wife was probably the last straw, although people have died since then. Nobody as close as my wife, but I've had close people die since then. But I would say she was probably the last straw in me not being spiritual. When I look back at my life, and starting with my grandfather, I view my grandfather and my wife as kind of like bookends in a way, of my youth. This whole experience was training me, was leading me towards living this life. That's the way I feel. So in a roundabout way, yes. Did she die and then I wanted to become a monk, in a couple months later? No. I lived my life. Even after I decided I wanted to be a monk, I decided I wanted to be a monk 5 years ago. I had a career, I had my own business as well. I had, I'm 38, so I was well into life. And when I decided I wanted to be a monk, I couldn't just drop everything and go. I had debts like car payments and all this stuff that took me a while to move through before I was ready and able to become a monk. And even during that time, I still lived my life. I still did. Actually, the last couple of years before I became a monk were probably one of the most active and memorable years of my life. And so, her death did not cause me to become a monk. Actually, the funny thing is, after she died, I didn't have a career at that point. I worked a lot of jobs and I had always wanted to do the Peace Corps. And I'm like, you know what? I have this time. I don't have a career. I want to do this. I always wanted to do this. I want to do this. So I signed up for it, and they're like, yeah, we're not allowing you to do it because your wife died. I'm like, what? I can understand that. People have a loss and they want to run away. Like the same thing with becoming a priest. You can't become a priest, after a certain period of time, after, you experience a loss. Because people want to run away and hide somewhere. But, so that's my response for that.